Hey, how's everybody today? I'd like to talk about drying plants today. First, I'd like to talk about air drying. I have some sage, some oregano, and some rosemary. And usually when I pick them out in the yard and I want to dry them to eat later on or use for tea, I just pull the leaves off and I just let it stay on a towel like this. Now you could hang these up. See, I could just pull that oregano off and lay it down the same way with these. And I just let it stay until it gets dry. It usually takes maybe 3 days to a week. Okay, so you could hang these up though if you wanted to. And then also I have some sweet clover here. And what I'm fixing to do is go out in the yard and I'll pick a whole towel full and let it stay there and dry. And then I'll put it in a Ziploc bag and keep it for making tea. Another thing that you can air dry are things like daffodils. Daffodils, you can just either put them on a towel or you can hang them up, or you can even just take the water out of the vase and leave them. And they'll dry to where they kind of have a paper feel. And then you can use them for potpourri because they do continue to smell. So there's the drying that I usually use all year long because I do grow herbs. Now, a second way to dry is using silica. A lot of artists use this way, or people that are preserving maybe wedding flowers or something like that. This is used with flowers that don't air dry well. They will turn brown before they air dry, something that's a little bit thicker than like a green thing like oregano or something. This is a lot thicker. So what we can do is we can put them down in the silica and cover them up. We just cover them up with this. You can buy this silica probably on Amazon, and you can also, what it is those little packages you get in something when you order something that's inside the box on a lot of products, and what it does is it sucks any moisture that's in the box. You'll have those little things. Sometimes they're in pill boxes or whatever. That's what this is. It's just a whole lot of it. And you just put the top on it and put it somewhere dark and relative temperature, not too hot, not too cold. So there we have 2 ways of doing it. Now our third way is to do a press, to press the flowers till they're dry. I have a small press that I use for smaller flowers, and what this press is just 4 of these screws that are, so you can make one. All you have to do is have 2 pieces of wood and drill 4 holes, or how many holes you need depending on how big it is. And then you use these little wing nuts and put those on there and just press them down till they get as tight as you can get them. Let me show you what's inside here and what I was going to do today with this. You take all this out to load it, and this is just regular old cardboard and corrugated cardboard, so it has a little bit of air through it. And this is blotter paper. You can use newspaper also. And you put the blotter paper down, and then I was going to do some of these little violets that I just picked up in the yard, and these periwinkles too. So let me pick out a good violet here and I'll show you. You just press it and you try to put it in the position you want it. You put some leaves with it. You can put as many as you can get down on here. And then you put another piece of blotter paper, and then you put another piece of cardboard. Okay, you just do that all the way up. Another piece of blotter paper and some more flowers. I could put more on here, but I'm just doing for time's sake. I'm not putting a whole lot on here. But just kind of position them the way you want to see them when they get dried. You might have to press them down a little bit. And go ahead and put your blotter paper and your cardboard, and you just go all the way to the top like that. If you don't do any more than that, you can just put all this back, but you need to have enough in there so you can press it down. You can also just get a big book and put it inside the book. Sometimes that works. The book has to be big and heavy. And you just put these down and you tighten them all, put all 4 of them on there and tighten them up like that, just as tight as you can get them. And then you just leave it alone for 3 or 4 weeks and go back and get them out and do whatever you want to with them. Now today I'm going to take some that I have already done. These were some from last summer, and I'm going to put some in the picture frame. I also have a large press. I used this when I was in college and I had botany classes and I had to preserve plants. So it works on the same principle as the little one, but this one has 6 of the things here. And it's the same way. You just use the lug nuts. And I have larger pieces of board. And I use newspapers in this. You can also use newspapers to put the plants in between. So that's a larger one. You can make the size you want. At least this one doesn't limit the size of the plant. That little one, you have to get kind of smaller plants and all. Just put it like this and just go as far down as you can. Put all 6 of them on and press it down real good when you finish putting your plants in. So I've chosen to do the Queen Anne's lace. This is a plant that grows in the summer and it's very beautiful. So all I'm going to do is just put a little bit of glue on it so it'll stay down on this cardstock. You can use poster board or cardstock or whatever you want. It's just going to do that to keep it down so when I put it into the frame, it won't move. I'll put this one down here. Okay. Try to get that to stay down. They do have some dimension to them. I don't think this will stay up. Well, maybe it is. Okay, and now I'm going to do this other one. I kind of figured out where I wanted it. And these are little oxeye daisies that grow all over the place where I live in Georgia. And they're pretty easy to dry because they're a very thin, small daisy. But they do tend to fall apart a little bit. But oops. Uh-oh, some of it falling off. Okay. And this was a fern. It was actually bigger. It was this. I just thought it had a nice lacy effect to it. You'll see a lot of just little small weeds and all that are quite beautiful. It kind of gets you to looking at everything that's on the ground. In the spring, you get more of them, more things off the ground, like the violets that we were doing a minute ago. Okay, now I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to put it into a frame. So here are our two pieces of flower art. Of course, you can get bigger frames and do a better job on it than I did, but it does give you the idea of how it's done. You can use tweezers, and that kind of helps to position some of them. And so I hope you will try this and you enjoyed watching me make this today. And if you have any questions about drying plants, please ask me. I don't know if I've covered all bases. So if you'll ask me in the comments any questions you have about drying plants, I'll try to answer them.